Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 20. There is a reproof that is not comely. Again, some man or woman holds his or her tongue, and he or she is wise. It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly, and he or she that confesses his or her fault shall be preserved from hurt. How good is it when you are reproved to show repentance, for so shall you escape wilful sin. As is the lust of a eunuch to deflower a virgin, so is he or she that executes judgment with violence. There is one that keeps silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becomes hateful. Some man or woman holds his or her tongue because he or she has not to answer, and some keeps silence knowing his or her time. A wise man or woman will hold his or her tongue till he or she sees opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time. He or she that uses many words shall be abhorred, and he or she that takes to him or herself authority therein shall be hated. There is a sinner that has good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turns to loss. There is a gift that shall not profit you, and there is a gift whose recompense is double. There is an abasement of glory, and there is that lifts up his or her head from a low estate. There is that buys much for a little and repays it sevenfold. A wise man or woman, by his or her words, makes him or her beloved, but the graces of fools shall be poured out. The gift of a fool shall do you no good when you have it, neither yet of the envious for his or her necessity. For he or she looks to receive many things for one. He or she gives little and upbraids much. He or she opens his mouth or her mouth like a crier. Today he or she lends, and tomorrow will he or she ask it again. Such one is to be hated of Allahayim in man or woman. The fool says, I have no friends, I have no thank for all my good deeds, and they that eat my bread speak evil of me. How oft, and of how many, shall he be laughed, or she be laughed to scorn? For he or she knows not aright what it is to have, and it is all one unto him or her, as if he or she had it not. To slip upon a pavement is better than to slip with the tongue, so the fall of the wicked shall come speedily. An unseasonable tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise. A wise sentence shall be rejected when it comes out of a fool's mouth, for he or she will not speak it in due season. There is one that is hindered from sinning through want, and when he or she takes rest, he or she shall not be troubled. There is one that destroys his or her own soul through bashfulness, and by accepting of persons overthrows himself or herself. There is one that for bashfulness promises to his or her friend, and makes him or her his or her enemy for nothing. A lie is a foul blot in a man or woman, yet it is continually in the mouth of the untaught. A thief is better than a man or woman that is accustomed to lie, but they both shall have destruction to heritage. The disposition of a liar is dishonorable, and his or her shame is ever with him or her. A wise man or woman shall promote him or herself to honor with his or her words. And he or she that has understanding will please great men or women. He that tills, or she that tills, his or her land shall increase his or her heap. And he or she that pleases great men or women shall get pardon for iniquity. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and stop up his or her mouth, that he or she cannot reprove. Wisdom that is hid, and treasure that is hoarded up, what profit is in them both? Better is he or she that hides his or her folly than a man or woman that hides his or her wisdom. Necessary patience in seeking Yahudah is better than he or she that leads his life or her life without a guide.